There are three functional components of cerebellum, functional divisions of cerebellum. One is vestibulocerebellum. Which part you can remember? Which part? Vestibulocerebellum, flocculonodular lobe. Flocculonodular. That part is called vestibulocerebellum, also called the archicerebellum. Why? Because it has come phylogenetically. It has been derived earlier at the these are the most primitive structure of the cerebellum. That's why these are called archicerebellum. Next, spinocerebellum. Which portion of the cerebellum is spinocerebellum? Vermal and paravermal. Ekdom core, middle and the intermediate. Middle and intermediate. That is called spinocerebellum. And third part is called neocerebellum or cerebrocerebellum. Cerebro means cerebral cortex as well as cerebellum. Cerebrocerebellum, neocerebellum. Why? Because it has come last in the evolution in human. The last means very recent. That's why this is called neocerebellum. And functionally, you have seen all are different. Vestibulocerebellum is concerned mainly what type of functions? Balance, maintenance of balance and posture, right? And the spinocerebellum is responsible for what type of functions? Axial movement, limb movements, distal movements, axial movements, as well as muscle tone. And the neocerebellum, that is concerned with what type of functions? Neocerebellum, very skilled, it is associated with skilled learning, motor learning, very skilled prehensile act, because this is the only divisions which is concerned with skillful activities, very fine activities with accuracy, with precision. That part, which part? Is the cerebrocerebellum. So now next, this is the part. What is this part known as? This part, vermis and paravermis. Spinocerebellum, paliocerebellum, anatomy. These are called paleo. And what is this part known as? Vestibulocerebellum. Anatomy, this part is known as archicerebellum. And lateral hemisphere on either side, the lateral hemisphere, what is this part known as? Known as cerebrocerebellum or neocerebellum. Again, same thing. Now see, this is the cross section and anatomy. In anatomy, you will read that the whole cerebellum has been divided into many folds, fissures, nodules, like that. Floccular, nodules, how many? 10 different segments. So you will learn in anatomy, but we are not concerned with anatomy. We are concerned only with physiological functions only, right? Physiology means functions. So next, function wise, I already told the vestibulo with body posture equilibrium, spino control of coordination, movement and limb muscle and postural reflexes, neocerebellum coordination of any voluntary movement and error control by neocerebellum, concerned with skilled voluntary activities. These are the afferent and efferent. These are the major afferents. So major afferents, spinocerebellar, dorsal ventral. Next, olivocerebellar. From which source it's come? Olivocerebellar, from olivary nucleus. Where from? Which area of the in medulla? Medullary inferior olivary nucleus. Next, tectum. From tectum, mainly a head neck movement associated with tectocerebellar, visual and auditory input. Next, vestibulocerebellar, cuneocerebellar means dorsal nucleus. Cuneo means medullary nucleus, nucleus cuneatus from medulla, that is cuneocerebellar and pontocerebellar. From pons, you know that pontine area, pons, so cerebellar. These are the major efferents. And you know that this is a topographical representation. And you know there are two lobes, upper is anterior lobe, lower is posterior lobe, and that is segregated by central fissure. There is a fissure, there is a central fissure which segregates upper from lower. And now you can see the topographical representation, means functional representation. Now see, vermal area and paravermal area. What does it indicate? Vermal, paravermal. Vermal, paravermal means axial movement of axial muscles as well as the limb muscle. Shoulder girdle and the pelvic girdle, right? Shoulder and pelvic girdle, and as well as the axial musculature. The body trunk, the whole trunk. This vermal, paravermal part. Similarly, you see there is no topographical representation of lateral hemisphere. That means cerebrocerebellum has no topographical representation. Actually, this is part of neocerebellum, which is concerned mainly not movements, but voluntary movements with precision, with skillful activities and learning, motor learning, right? Any type of, say, bicycle riding is a motor learning. Juggling, you know that the juggler, very often they show juggling, very skilled activities, isn't it? At a time they can handle how many balls? 3 to 5, 7, like that. They can handle with accurate precision, with timing as well as accuracy. Timing, accuracy. So this type of movement can be done with the cerebral hemispheric, means neocerebellum, by neocerebellum. Next, coming to this is topographical, and you know that topographical upper is upside down, but lower is upright posture, upright. That means lower is upright, and there are double representation. This side also, this side also. You have seen the picture. Lower there is double representation, means one half this side, another half this side, right? Isn't it? Next, these are these are major efferents from cerebellum. Whatever output is known as efferents: cerebellovestibular, cerebellopontine, cerebellothalamic, cerebelloreticular, cerebellorubral, and this is much important, most important. This part, dentato means dentate nucleus, cerebellar nucleus, deep cerebellar nuclei. Dentate, dentato, rubro means red nucleus. Now these are the fibers emerging from where? From cerebellum, then dentato, dentate nucleus, then what? Then dentato rubro, it goes rubro, then dentato rubro, then it goes thalamus, then thalamocortical, and ultimately it gives fibers to the cortex, cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex for what? For comparing whatever peripheral signal means whatever proprioceptic signals, say while juggling of balls, what is the signal from juggling, from iron ball? What will be the signals? Bolo? Touch, tactile signals, as well as visual signal, tactile, visual, and proprioceptive signal, because muscles are involved, the finger muscles are involved, isn't it? So all are involved. So these are the proprioceptive input, sensory input that goes via spinocerebellar, and dorsal and ventral spinocerebellar, goes to where? Goes to the cerebellar cortex, And you know that the cerebellar cortex has deep cerebellar nuclei. What? How many nucleus? 4. Nucleus fastigius, nucleus globosus, nucleus emboliform, and nucleus dentate. Dentate is the largest and the most important nucleus to what? To the cerebellar cortex, cerebellum, right? Dentate হচ্ছে আসল, the original dentate nucleus for fine movement, fine action, whatever, skill learning, and for actually what role cerebellum play? Actually, what role cerebellum play? Cerebellum, you know that the muscle movement that can be done by the cortex also. What is this tract? Pyramidal tract, corticospinal tract, that can be done with motor area, you know that M1, M2 and what? Supplementary motor area. So they can handle any type of movement, but to make it, to give the precision, to give the skill, what should be required? Cerebellum. Without cerebellum, and not only that, even program, you know that the how to handle a bicycle, you know. That means your brain has got every program, what should be the steps one by one, right? And the juggling, you know, that brain has already learned that how it could be handled at a time, because 2 balls in 2 hands, but one should be in air. একটা তো air এ থাকবে, one should be in air, but the thing is that the accuracy, timing. So who should provide this timing? Cerebellum. Because now next part I will show that how these architect, means the program, can be done at a time, very precise, very precision functions that can be done. Because of it has a very complex structure. Cerebellar cortex has 3 layers. What are the layers of cerebellar cortex? Outside of the cerebellum, it has 3 layers. It has got 3 layers. What are those? From inside outwards, what are those? Inside, ekdom last mane core, inside at core, which area? What is this layer known as? That is granular layer. Next, Purkinje layer. Next molecular layer. So these are the 3 layers towards the cytoarchitecture of the cerebellar cortex. Architecture means it has been built so purposefully that any complex activities, any programming, any skilled or very precise activities that can be done, that can be performed, mediated. So that's why cerebellum is important. And next, coming to the cytoarchitecture of cerebellar cortex. These are efferent, and now connections. Now connections of vestibulocerebellum. Now see, vestibular and from vestibular, mane 8th cranial nerve. Vestibular means what? 8th cranial nerve. Vestibular. Say, you know that vestibular, from which parts vestibular nerve arise? From which organ? What are the organs that gives sensory to the, that gives information to the 8th cranial nerve? Means 8th cranial nerve. কোন area থেকে? Cochlea. What else? For balance, what else? Which area? Otolith organ. Vestibular apparatus, and the cochlea. So from this area, that's why vestibular inputs means what? The movement, side to side movement, and balance movement, reflexive movement, whatever. So vestibular and proprioceptive means from periphery, from whole body, muscles, proprioceptive, from muscle spindle, muscle joints. Input. Where next, nucleus fastigious. What is this? This is the nucleus. Ultimately, where they do synapse. Next, they form after synapse. They form the tract in either vestibulospinal tract or reticulospinal tract. Then coming down to the spinal motor neuron. Spinal motor neuron. Which area of the spinal cord? Spinal motor neuron কোন জায়গায় আছে? Which area they are present? Spinal motor neuron, lower motor neuron, which area? Antral or anterior or ventral. Ventral ki? Ventral horn. Ventral horn. Alpha motor neuron, gamma motor neuron. From where they emerge? From ventral horn, isn't it? So those are called spinal motor neuron, because spinal cord, motor neuron, alpha ultimately supply where? It supply the muscles, and muscles, by proprioceptive input, that the stage reflex, automatically stage reflex, so that gives the maintenance of muscle tone, posture, as well as the equilibrium. Equilibrium means from which part? Vestibular part. Or muscle tone, tone from which part? Tone from the muscle. Sensory, peripheral input. Then goes to cerebellum. Cerebellum gives output. Ultimately end on where? End on the organ. From where? From source. End into the source. From where it came, right? Either vestibular or proprioceptive, means from the peripheral part of the body. Next, this is the role of the vestibulocerebellum. Role of vestibulocerebellum. Next, spinocerebellum. So in spinocerebellum, so vestibular apparatus not involved, not involved. So proprioceptive input from periphery via spinocerebellar tract, nucleus interpositus, then red nucleus, rubrospinal tract, then spinal motor neuron, and control proximal group of muscles, control and coordination of movements. This is spinocerebellum. Spinocerebellum or paliocerebellum, or vestibulocerebellum, archicerebellum. Another one is the very fine movement, very fine. Last one is the connection and functions of neocerebellum. Now what are the connections? Proprioceptive, tactile, visual, auditory. Now the signals reach to the dentate nucleus, neocerebellum, via afferent neurons. What afferents? Either climbing fibers or Mosey fibers. There are two afferents. In cerebellum, two principal afferents. One is climbing fiber. Another one is Mosey fiber. So climbing and Mosey. These are the principal afferent. And what is the output from cerebellar? Output is the deep cerebellar nuclei. Deep cerebellar nuclei. This is the output from the cerebellum. Input from climbing and from Mosey fibers. So now what is the pathway, connections of neocerebellum? Now dentate nucleus, dentatoroubrothalamocortical tract, then thalamus, then cortex, then corticospinal tract, and they maintain the coordination of voluntary movement as well as the error controlled by neocerebellum. So this is the actually, in brief, this is the system, the whole circuit. This is the circuit. So you can understand that what role cerebellum might have. Cerebellum, actually, what role? You know, what is this? From now you see the straight fiber coming from where? For any motor or voluntary execute any type of voluntary movements, what should be required? Your conscious to get any movement, not accuracy. just to get any movement. For movement, what should be required? The discharge from where? That should require the continuous discharge, means voluntary discharge. You are intending, that means for any voluntary movement, what should be required? Continuous discharge, continuous impulse coming from where? From the cerebral cortex. Area you know, M1, M2, supplementary motor, premotor, motor and supplementary motor. 3 areas. You know that corticospinal tract, pyramidal tract directly reach on where? They directly reach the muscles. Bulk of the muscles, where muscles, anywhere muscles are present in the body. So either upper limb or lower limb, elsewhere in the body. So they supply, they ekdom direct discharge, motor discharge from this that reaches the muscle. But see that this is plainly the execution of movement. Nothing with accuracy, nothing with timing. They can't provide any timing, that at what time, at what rate, at what motion. So rate, range and at what force, they are not related with. Motor cortex only helps in motor execution. Continuous discharge, motor discharge, that will help to move your muscles, help in movement of muscles, nothing else. But cerebellum cerebellum should decide the timing, exact rate, force, means the whole programming, how this could happen, how the whole event should happen, right? So they program that. এবার বুঝতে পারছো তো কি কমপ্লেক্স ফাংশন, লাইক এই যে আমাদের কম্পিউটার প্রোগ্রামিং, জাস্ট লাইক এ কম্পিউটার প্রোগ্রামিং. Say now next, how it happens, that is the question. First, motor cortex give supply to the muscles, periphery of the muscles. Then after execution of movements, the response, so that sensory signal, whatever response has been done, whatever movement has been done, that information should reach via spinocerebellar tract. Remember, dorsal, ventral, spinocerebellar, afferent coming from muscle to cerebellum. So via whatever work has been done, whatever movement has occurred, so that information signal that will reach, that signal means after execution of movement, whatever signal, that signal will reach via spinocerebellar to this. And in the meantime, while executing movement, execution of movement, they send one copy, same copy, from motor cortex coming to the via red nucleus coming to the cerebellum. During motor execution, whatever information, it has given one efference copy. Efference means what? Output copy. So one output copy, another input copy. This is input and this one is output copy. One direct movement, by simultaneously they send one copy to the cerebellum. Copy means, বুঝতে পারলে? Copy means what? Exact code, exact information. Efference copy. That's why I told efference copy. Efference means output copy has been sent to the cerebellum. Now what happens? Cerebellum, there is a complex structure, cerebellar cortex, I will explain later. So that cerebral cortex, they will manipulate. Manipulate means they will help in manipulating. Manipulating means plus minus. They will make it plus minus. What has been intended and how much it has performed. So, one in between, there should be a difference between what and what? Intended movement or actual movement. So, intended movement in the beginning should not be same with the actual movement, because actual movement means what has been done, practically what has happened, that is actual movement. But what was your intention, that is intended movement. So, there should be a difference. That difference will be compared by whom? Like computer. Who should compare the difference of movement? Cerebellum. How? Because one information, one signal, efferent signal coming from motor cortex, another afferent signal coming from the periphery, proprioceptive. Means whatever movements, so there should be a difference. So that should be compared. Which area of the cortex? Cerebellar cortex. And after that, cerebellar will break. Say if it is excess movement, if it has occurred excess movement, cerebellum will give a break. Cerebellum will give a error control. What has been error? Actual and performed. What is intended and actual movement? What should be the difference? That will be compared, right? So that signal is called the servo mechanism or damping function. Damping বুঝো তো? Damping functions, DAMP, damping functions. What do you mean? Literally, what do you mean? Damping functions? Damping. English word, damping. Damping means suppressing, diminishing functions. Damping means break. Something break is called damping functions. So this is the thing that, and next what happens? After that, the actual signal that will reach via this pathway, dentato, rubro, thalamo, cortical. So that will give the motor cortex, and in next instance what will happen? একবার প্রথমে তো initially in the beginning there was difference, but after performing the error control, that means after performing servo mechanism, feedback mechanism, what happens? Next it will be corrected signal. Next signal will be corrected signal. Initially it was either excessive or less, either excess or less, right? That will, in next instance, that will be corrected signal. So after that, this is the functions of the cerebellar cortex. In brief, this is the functions of the cerebral cortex. If you have understood what I mean to talk. Next, coming to the layer of the cerebellar cortex. This is in terms of connection. 3 areas now say: Vermis intermediate zone, spinocerebellum, cerebrocerebellum or neocerebellum, and last one is flocculonodular lobe, archicerebellum. So you need not to explain. This is the chart. If you write down, this will be enough. This will be enough. Now in terms of functional division of cerebellum, in terms of functions and in terms of principal input. Now see, paliocerebellum or spinocerebellum, principal input spinal cord, it is connected with spinal cord, right? Next one is the cerebrocerebellum, neocerebellum, it is connected with cerebral cortex. Next, vestibulocerebellum, it is connected with vestibular nuclei. Next, these are the income, yes, afferent. Afferent is Mosey fibers, the primary afferent to the deep cerebellar nucleus, mean deep nuclei, dentate nuclei. What are the primary afferents? Afferents means, you know, whatever incoming input, that is called afferents. What are those? Number 1 is the Mosey fiber. Number 2 is the climbing fiber. Now see, Mosey fiber from which source they come? Mosey fibers, kon gulo? Vestibulocerebellar, spinocerebellar, pontocerebellar, and from pontocerebellar. And what are the peduncles by which they reach? You know that the whatever tract or fibers that reach the cerebellum via three peduncles, superior, middle, inferior, right? And vestibulo ICP, spinocerebellar ICP, SCP, pontocerebellar MCP. And what are the target and function? These are excitatory termination. Mosey fiber, their termination actually is granule cells. I will show the granule cells. Next, climbing fibers, another efferents that is coming from olivocerebellar, from olivary, inferior olivary nucleus, and reach via ICP, inferior cerebellar peduncle, and they make synapse where? In the excitatory termination on Purkinje cells. Directly they make synapse to Purkinje cells. Next, এটা এগুলোই হচ্ছে একদম লিখবে পরীক্ষায়, এটাই লিখতে হবে। এটা আমি কালেক্ট করেছি, I have collected this from USMLE book, USMLE. Next, this cerebellum, cytoarchitecture, cerebellar cortex. There are 5 type of cells. Now see, number 1 is the Purkinje cell, number 2 granule, stellate, basket, and Golgi cells. These are the 5 different types of cells. And what are their axon termination? Now Purkinje cells, they terminate on, they make synapse on deep cerebellar nuclei. A transmitter, what transmitter? They release GABA, inhibitory. Now here you can see all inhibitory, all GABA except granule cell. Look, except granule cell, all are inhibitory, and granule cells, only granule cells, Purkinje cortex, cerebellar cortex, only cell granule which are excitatory, means they release glutamic acid, right? Excitatory, you know, glutamate excitatory neurotransmitter, glutamate. Which cells? Only granule cells. What is the termination of granule cells? Purkinje. What is the termination of stellate cell? Purkinje. Basket cell, Purkinje. And Golgi cells, granule cells. Granules. And only you see that transmitter, in terms of transmitter, granule cells only glutamate and excitatory, all GABA and inhibitory. Can you remember this? Table, can you remember 5 different type of cells as well as the structure? You have to draw the diagram of cerebellar cortex. Like neuromuscular junctions. The way you have drawn the diagram of neuromuscular junctions, you have to draw the diagram of cerebellar cortex. Same way, you have to draw the diagram of cerebellar cortex. Now, this is the cerebellar cortex. Now, the complex structure, this is called cerebellar cortex. Now, see, just what is this fiber? This is one efferent. What is this fiber? Climbing fibers. See, climbing fibers. These are one of the two primary efferent, one climbing, another Mosey. Now see, climbing fibers, these are, where is the source? Climbing fiber is source taki? Inferior olivary nucleus. They arise from where? From the inferior olivary nucleus. ION, inferior olivary nucleus. And they supply where? They supply the deep nuclei, efferent, climbing fibers. They synapse on Purkinje, directly Purkinje. This is direct supply to the Purkinje. And what are the layers? What is this layer known as? 3 layers. What is these layers? A layer ki bole? This is granular layer. A layer ta ki? This is Purkinje, and the outermost layer is molecular. These are the three layers. A tinte layers, three layers. And in deep cerebellar nuclei, this is located at the granular layer, deep nuclei. This is called dentate nuclei, and all four nuclei of the cerebellum. Cerebellum, you know, nucleus fastigiae, nucleus interpositus, nucleus dentate. So this is the deep cerebellar nuclei, and these are the one primary efferent is climbing fibers. Now they make synapse directly onto the deep cerebellar nuclei, and this is excitatory. And another into the climbing fibers. This also excitatory. Directly they synapse with Purkinje and one to deep cerebellar nuclei. This is ekdam direct connection, climbing fiber. But Mosey fiber, another efferent, that is Mosey fiber. Mosey fibers coming from which source? Spinocerebellar, pontocerebellar, cuneo-cerebellar. So from all other sources. This is only from inferior olive, but these are from many sources. And what another characteristics, that the Mosey fibers, they do not make synapse with Purkinje cell directly. They make connection with Purkinje cells indirectly. এখানে আছে? Can you see that Mosey fiber directly supply Purkinje? No. So Mosey fibers first they synapse with granule cells, and you know that the granule cells is excitatory or inhibitory. Granule is what? Only cell that is excitatory. Granule is excitatory. Glutamate, neurotransmitter is glutamate. So Mosey fiber stimulates granule cell. Granule cell stimulates the parallel fibers and stimulates the Golgi cell. And Golgi cell, this is granule cells, another one is Golgi cells. Golgi cells in turn will inhibit, because now see, Golgi cells are inhibitory. Release GABA. Dekho, release GABA. This one is inhibitory, GC is inhibitory, and now see, this inhibit granule cells. Now this, next what? Next, granule cells directly in contact with what? In contact with the parallel fibers. So granule cell stimulates the parallel fiber, right? Parallel fiber. And parallel fiber has now see, is connected with another two type of cell, interneurons, inhibitory cells. What? Stellate cell and basket cell. So stellate and basket. So this is stimulated by parallel fibers, but basket and stellate cell, they inhibit Purkinje cell. তাহলে দেখছো এখানে কি how complex is the circuitry? This circuit is very complex. What for? Why? এই এত কমপ্লেক্স হলো কেন? Why it has become so complex? Tell. Why it has become so complex? Because of timing, because of damping functions, because of servo control, because of accuracy, timing, space. So that's why, so যতগুলো fibers, each and every fibers is accurately controlled by the cerebellum. This, and next, basket cells, stellate cells inhibit these. These are called interneurons. And you know the parallel fiber stimulates the Purkinje cells, and Purkinje cells ultimately inhibit the deep cerebellar nuclei. But whatever it is, can you see the output from deep cerebellar nucleus is plus positive? Ultimately, output from deep cerebellar nuclei is positive, and that's why this type of inhibition is called feed forward inhibition. নাম শুনেছো? One is feedback inhibition, one is feedback. Feedback, you know what? What is feedback? if something, say for temperature, if temperature is increased, your body temperature has been increased, so the feedback will be such that it will decrease the body temperature, mean opposite to the initiating temperature, right? Opposite to the initial temperature. হ্যাঁ, তো এটা গেল ফিডব্যাক, এটা গেল, this is an example of feedback inhibition. But feed forward inhibition, in feed forward inhibition, instead of suppressing, instead of depression, suppression, instead of depressing, it will it will activate further. Depression হবে না, that's why it's called feed forward inhibition. That means what? Feed forward inhibition, it's an inhibition to for a progressive functions, for a very progressive functions, মানে ওটা অ্যাকিউরেসিতে নিয়ে আসবে, যতগুলো কমানোর দরকার, এই যে টাইমিং এ exact distance, but whatever distance, so that will be minimized, but still work should be forward work, not inhibited, work not inhibited, মানে inhibition হবে না, instead of inhibition it should forward, but still it should be under inhibition. এখানে দেখো, that's why I told that the ultimate output from the deep cerebellar nucleus is positive. Although Purkinje, it has directly under control of Purkinje fibers, which is inhibitory control, but still output is positive. That's why it's called feed forward inhibition. And another inhibition you have learned in feedback inhibition. One is negative feedback, isn't it? Negative feedback, positive feedback, negative feedback. So this. Next, cerebellar lesion, effect of cerebellar lesion. Cerebellar lesion of one hemisphere produces, now you know that the cortical lesion, cortex, lesion of the cerebral cortex, elsewhere in the internal capsule or into the spine, into the corticospinal tract, what happens? Which side will be affected? In case of corticospinal tract, what should be the, this is contralateral, effect should be contralateral, but in case of cerebellar lesion, that will result ipsilateral, loss of ipsilateral, damage to the ipsilateral side of the body, same side of the body, ipsilateral, whereas corticospinal tract will result contralateral damage to the body. One contralateral, if this part get affected of the cerebral cortex, which area will be damaged? Opposite area will be damaged, means contralateral. But in case of cerebellum, it is what type? It is ipsilateral. Second thing is anterior vermis syndrome. What do you mean by vermis? Vermis which area? Vermal area. Anterior means upper part, posterior lower part. Now in anterior vermal syndrome, what type of ataxia will occur? Cerebellum is, you know that in brief, the functions of cerebellum is coordination of movement, coordination. If cerebellar lesion, what will happen? Incoordination of movement, means coordination will be gone, right? Coordination will be gone, incoordination of movement, that is known as ataxia. A means absence, ataxia means absence of coordination, that is called ataxia. And there are two types ataxia, one is leg ataxia. Now can you remember from a topographic representation of cerebellum, which side is upside down? What is upside down? Where the legs have been represented in vermis and in vermal intervertebral area, which side? Leg, in anterior lobe of the cerebellum. Leg কোন দিকে আছে? একদম top of the anterior top. That means এটাকে কি বলে? Leg ataxia. If anterior vermal syndrome, মানে anterior vermis damage, will lead to what? Leg ataxia. Leg ataxia. ওই যে মাথাটা নিচে পা গুলো উপরে, রাইট? দ্যাট মিন্স কোন সাইডটা এফেক্ট হবে? যদি anterior ড্যামেজ means leg ataxia, or posterior vermal syndrome, posterior vermis damage, then what will happen? Truncal ataxia. এই যে upper part of the body, truncal ataxia. তাহলে one is leg ataxia, another one is truncal ataxia or dystaxia. Next one, hypotonia or asthenia. Hypotonia or asthenia. What is hypotonia? Hypo means ki muscle tone will be there but less muscle tone, right? Less muscle tone. Hypotonia or asthenia. Asthenia, what does it mean? Asthenia means absence of weakness. Weakness to muscle is called asthenia. So it occurs due to reduction in facilitatory cerebellar output to descending inhibitory reticular formation. Next, asynergia. What does it mean? Synergistic movement কাকে বলে? Asynergia মানে absence of synergistic movement. এই যে alternate supination pronation, এই যে synergistic, this also এই যে regular, এটাকে কি বলে? Finger nose. This is also synergistic movement. This is also synergistic movement. So asynergia will another symptom, asynergia. Next, ataxia incoordination. What does it mean? Ataxia means incoordination of movement. এই যে coordination won't be there, এটা absence হবে। তাহলে কি হবে? What will happen if person won't be able to do with rapid succession? Then what will happen? What is this called? This is called known as incoordination, ataxia, and it has a particular name also. What is this? ওই যে করেছো, you have done it. Dysdiadochokinesia, right? Dysdiadochokinesia, alternate supination pronation, finger nose, এই যে finger nose with eyes closed, not open, with eyes closed. So these are all the effect of lesion of cerebellum. Next, coming to the staggering gait. What do you mean? Staggering gait. Gait means walking movement. That is known as gait. Staggering means as such, leg is glued to the surface. Glued মানে বুঝো? glue কাকে বলে? আঠাকে বলে glue. এই যেন পাটা যেন চিটিয়ে আছে। So this will be like this. এই যে glued মানে এটা ছাড়ছে না পাটা। So this will be glued. That type of gait is staggering gait. So cerebellar lesion is characterized by presence of staggering gait, incoordination of posture and equilibrium, such as leg is glued to surface. Next, dysmetria. Dys মানে abnormal. Dys means abnormal. Metria means measurement. Unable to measure. Say finger nose. While doing finger nose test, the finger goes beyond the target. এটা target. This is target. So instead of this. So this is called what? কি? এটাকে কি বলে? Dysmetria. মানে inability to measure. Measurement হচ্ছে না, inability to measure. Right? So to measure means what? Dysmetria. And another name is past pointing. Past pointing means overshooting. এটা এখানে this is goal, shoot. আর overshooting means beyond goal. That is overshooting. এটা হচ্ছে না যখন cerebellar lesion. So it will happen like this, overshooting, excess movement. That is called what? Overshooting. আর undershooting, below the target, মানে lower to the target, below the target, that is undershooting. Either overshooting or undershooting, but that can be corrected only with visual input. দেখলে আমি কারেকশন করতে পারবো with visual, right? So these things. Dysmetria means past pointing. এই যে this is called, say this is check, এই chalk. So want to pick up, এই যে এটা. Now you can easily pick up if your cerebellum is মানে purely intact, no problem. But if cerebellar lesion, then what happens? So past pointing. Your finger will move beyond chalk. Cannot measure the distance. That is called dysmetria. Metria means measurement. Dys means abnormal. So inability to measure the distance in controlling rate, range, force and direction, depth of movements. This is either overshooting or undershooting. Next, dysdiadochokinesia. Already I mentioned dysdiadochokinesia. You know কি এটা কাকে বলে? Alternate supination pronation with rapid succession. খুব তাড়াতাড়ি করতে হবে, not slow, এরকম নয়. Dysdiadochokinesia with rapid and successive, one after another, rapid. So that is called dysdiadochokinesia. Next what? Oh, এটা what is this test? বলো এটা. Finger nose. Next, what is this test? বলো এটা knee heel test. মনে নেই? এই যে সিন অফ দ্য লেগ, এটা সিন, ওই যে উপরের যে এটা রিজ, দিস রিজ, সিন, SHIN, সিন, হিল নি টেস্ট বলে এটাকে. নেক্সট, nystagmus. Another abnormality, cerebellar lesion is nystagmus. ওই যে 8th cranial nerve, vestibular কি nystagmus কাকে বলে? Involuntary jerky movement to eyeball. Say subject instructed to look at the object, so one eye goes at the right side but other eye should move opposite. That means no control. So loss of what? Loss of, that is coordination. Loss of coordination. Who coordinates? What are the types of ocular muscles? কটা আছে? 6 ocular muscles. So if there are any muscles, if there are any in 8th cranial nerve, lesion in 8th cranial nerve, so what happens? So coordination should not be there. Normally what happened? Normally both the eyeball move towards the same object. Actually তো দুটো একই দিকে হবে তো. Both the eyeball should move towards the object. যেখানে আমি অবজেক্টটা রাখছি, both the eyeball should move towards. But in nystagmus what happens? Nystagmus এ কি হয়? One eye exactly towards the object, but other should move কি involuntary jerky movement, means opposite side. That is called nystagmus. Means no coordination of eye muscle. So you know that the eyeball is actually driven under the control of what? 6 different type of ocular muscle. তাই তো? ওটা হবে না, that will be lost, is known as nystagmus. Next, decomposition of movement, inability to perform movement involving more than one joint. এই যে আমি যদি বলি টু ফ্লেক্স, এই যে ফ্লেক্স করলো, এই যে এটা বলে ফ্লেক্স, এটা inability to perform in one instant, inability to perform. তখন কি হবে? If it unable to do that, will cause the rebound phenomena. If the patient is asked to flex his forearm against resistance, when suddenly released and patient cannot break the movement, as a result he strikes his face. এই যে subject has been asked to flex his arms, এই তো, এখানে একটা এ দাও, resist করো, subject asked to flex, but if resistance, you withdraw resistance, what happens? Suddenly কি? So break, এই যে cannot break the movement, as a result he strikes his face. মুখে দেবে, instead of flexing he will hit the face, মুখে চলে আসবে. That is called rebound phenomena. Means no coordination, incoordination, ataxia, incoordination. And last, this is what? এটা কি? What is this phenomena? বলো. Nystagmus. দেখো eyeballটা. Now see the position of the eyeball. This. Object is this side. Now see, object is this side, and this what you are seeing? This has gone just opposite. The movement of this side eyeball has gone opposite. Now see, একদিকে আছে নেই, so opposite. This is called nystagmus in coordination. Another one is dysarthria. Dysarthria or staccato pitch. Staccato pitch জানো তো, যাদেরকে বলে তোদলা তোদলা, staccato speech. As staccato speech, dysarthria, inability to speech, মানে interruption in speech, without fluency in speech, so inability to speech. Why? Because of incoordination of muscle. এই যে tracheal movement and tongue muscles are কি abnormal, normal হলে তো তাহলে তো speech becomes normal, but abnormal means what? Staccato speech. And intention tremor, this is very important, short note. Intention tremor, what do you mean by intention? Intention, whenever you want to do some task, work, that is called intention. And if tremor is present during performing any voluntary movement, if tremor is present, কি বলে তাকে? Intentional tremor. মানে tremor during action, tremor during কি action, voluntary movement, that is called intentional tremor. Another tremor is resting tremor. Resting tremor is a phenomenon of what? Basal ganglia disorder. But intentional tremor is a feature of what? Intentional tremor is a feature. Intentional tremor, intention মানে যখন কিছু করতে চাইছো, whenever you want to perform something, any voluntary movement, if tremor is present, that is called intentional tremor. But resting tremor, when you are at rest, if tremor starts, that will be called resting tremor. Resting tremor is a feature of Parkinson disease, basal ganglia disorder, whereas intentional tremor is a feature of what? Cerebellar lesion or disorder. This is intentional tremor.